You're listening to WeP3 Radio, produced with the partnership of Reis Across America Radio, with the mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and to teach your future generations the value of freedom, created by the men and women who have served our country. Currently playing on WeP3 Radio, Gen 4, Turn the Page.
There I go. Turn the page.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Trucker.
Tom Cruise, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We are We the People, the People's Patriot Project.
To put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission, you have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Trucker.
Good evening, Andrea Eichmann here. It is the 23rd of February, 2025, and I am here with the People's Patriot Project, bringing you our weekly show. We got your 6 at 6, where we bring you a new guest every week and introduce what they are doing and what's going on. And we also try to bring some new music into your world every week. Sometimes it's not new. Sometimes it's just something we loved before and we brought back again. Tonight, we get to have the pleasure of meeting with Charlie Brown and hearing about her work with Red Cross of America. It's going to be kind of exciting. She's got cool things to share. Our sponsors for tonight's episode include Catch 22 with Derek Iozio, Operation Texas Strong, the Boho Hobos Hideaway, and our very own Kimmer Gwinner, who's with us tonight, and we'll be sharing some of her words. Brian Kenzer, who is not with us tonight, will be supporting the People's Patriot Project and those who shop in his Smart Living Today store. It's all about getting on the right side of your health, supporting American families, jobs, and the economy, and supporting our WeP3 mission. The People's Patriot Project, We Got Your 6 at 6, can also be heard in podcast form on Reads Across America Radio, Sunday evenings at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find Reads Across America Radio on the iHeart Radio app, the Odyssey app, and the TuneIn app. Just search the word Wreath. It's really pretty cool, pretty easy. We want to thank our sponsors, our guests, and our viewers. And before starting this week's show, we would ask that you take off your hats, stand if you can, cover your heart, and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I like to say amen at that point.
Bow, 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 bow.
Oh,
Here comes up.
What the heck, Peterson? Where's your music?
I know.
Oh, you want to do a little bit of the... We get flagged for this stuff, but it's all good.
You get flagged when it's like your app?
All right. There we go. Didn't you guys hear it earlier?
No, it's actually not playing.
Not?
No, something weird's going on. It's not like we were rushed. We were ready, but it was a little rushed getting back home. And we had a tabling event this weekend, and it was very, very fun. I will admit, I wasn't sure how fun it would be because it's the Minnesota Council of Social Studies teachers and educators. And not that I don't think they're fun people, I just didn't know if it would be like, who's all coming, right? Is this a big event, a small event? Will we know anyone? Will they care what we have to share? And so we were out really sharing the message of, so the People's Patriot Project has a group, Heroes in the Classroom, which is on its little baby feet right now. We started that pre-COVID, and it kind of just slowed down with COVID when we weren't back in school. In Minnesota, we weren't in school at all. And so that is looking at and giving recognition and acknowledging what the children of first responders and military, especially deployed military members go through. And so then when we got back from COVID, everybody had some anxiety and some mental health issues. And so those groups are already covered. We're breaking out into them again. But then we also were promoting the Reads Across America education piece. They want kids to understand the beginnings of our country and why we celebrate Veterans Day and why we celebrate Memorial Day and what do we do to recognize, honor, and respect those people, those holidays, and that good stuff. So it turned out to be it's social studies. Why would it not have been fun, right? So it was great. So pardon my tardiness tonight, please. I borrowed my mom's car to top it all off. So I did not make it through the car wash because 800 people are trying to get their car washed right now. But I did get gas put in and I got the inside straightened up and gave it back to my dad real quick.
Test 1, 2. You guys can hear me, right? No, you
yes.
Can hear me. Yeah. So you can hear me. So then we would be able to hear. There, that should have been there before, but so now everyone's got to do. Right, stop the signs.
Oh no, I'll play some more. Dylan Petrie would like to say, hey everybody, good to see you too, Dylan. I absolutely love it. Here's Jeremy. Oh, sorry.
Jeremy Daniels.
Did I over? Jonathan, you fighting me. Jeremy Daniels is present twice. We do love that. And 1821, Stevens, thank you for being out there. I know there's more because I can see you on my phone on our sites. So thanks for being here tonight, all of you viewers. And Peterson, am I stepping on your toes right now? I'm not on the script at all. I jumped right off the train.
Why start now? Why start now? It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Dylan and congratulate him, man. He hit a milestone.
He did. He's getting his stuff tightened up, and we appreciate it, and we're here to support him. I thought this was the national holiday of Mardi Gras, like for the next 3 months. I saw Dylan do a post. I saw Miss Parfait do a post. I'm confused. You'll have to teach us up again sometime, Jonathan.
What do you want to know? I don't have the answer.
When do you do it? When do you do it? And when do you do it?
Whenever there's a parade, they're usually covering weekends unless it's Mardi Gras week, and then they do Monday as well.
What about Tuesday?
I don't know.
Because isn't there a Fat Tuesday in all this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do Tuesday. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I bet I'd just go where I'm told to go, Mark.
This guy for 3 years has blocked off 8 months of the year for Mardi Gras. Now he can't explain it to us. I don't get it. I don't get it. I almost blew it because I did ask before the show what is the proper way to address our guests tonight, and I almost completely blew it again because I'd like to throw the miss on stuff because of respect. But this is just Charlie Brown, folks. Just Charlie Brown. Have you ever got the chance to experience Mardi Gras?
Me? Actually not in the States, but in Germany where they do Fasching instead.
Okay.
And it is crazy. It is truly crazy. And they dress up. So it's wonderful to see these big German weightlifters in ballerina costumes and such. And
that's why Jonathan does that.
Yeah.
What, lift weights or wear ballerina costumes?
Yeah. And they go through town on these big floats and they throw candy off the floats. And the kids, scramble around to catch it. And our little one was wearing a jacket with a hood. The hood was down. And so we got home, it was full of candy because they'd been throwing it. So he was very pleased about that. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm waiting for my chance. Lee Williams, he thinks he knows a thing or two about the South, about New Orleans and Nashville. He's a resident, amazing dude. Love having him around. Thanks for being here, Lee. Mr. Crochet, let's go with the news, brother.
All right. Coming up this week, February 26th, is Carpe Diem Day. A lot of times we can get carried away, regretting things, reminiscing about the past, worrying, making plans for the future even. We can forget that the only moment that matters is the current moment, right now. The phrase Carpe Diem means seize the day. And that's what this day is all about. It reminds us to celebrate every joy and opportunity that life has given us and live life to the best of our ability. It's a day to ponder the vulnerability of life while also being grateful for it. And March 1st is Peace Corps Day. President John F. Kennedy established the Peace Corps as a U.S. agency of volunteers March 1st, 1961. The Peace Corps program has 6 project sectors, which are agriculture, environment, community, economic development, health, education, and youth and development. In order to apply for the Peace Corps, you got to be 18 years old and a U.S. citizen. The process can take 6 to 8 months to complete, and you can only apply to 1 placement per year, narrowed down to the country of choice. If selected, people are expected to serve in that foreign country for 2 years, and they will undergo training for 3 months. There are a total of 7,334 volunteers or trainees currently in the program. And that's it, actually. I thought I had something else. I must not put it on here.
You remember? Do you remember?
I will see if I can find it. But
All right. Well, we are here for our weekly episode of the People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6, and the reason, the purpose, the cause is we want to make sure our veterans and first responders know that there is a network of people out there working for you, for your cause, for what you're doing, and that we all think that it's super important that you remember you got people in your corner. And you know what? On your worst days, you can reach out to the network. And on your best days, you can also be a support person for that network as well. So, and that's why we're here. And that's why we put this together in the format that it is. We did have another guest lined up for the night, and unfortunately, life stuff happens, and they had to cancel. It wasn't last minute, but it was a little later than our liking, so to speak. And it doesn't matter. We normally set the format where we have a boots on the ground organization or influencer, and then a musician from our network of veteran and first responder musicians across the country. And we will get Donnie Reis back scheduled and put on the show again at another time. And we've got what? So this is a good time to plug WeP3 Radio, where you can tune in anytime, anywhere, any place. It is an internet-based radio station that plays only veteran and first responder musical content. We at one time set the format of that radio station to be Patriot driven. We ran into some licensing issues, which is fine because we don't make money off our radio station. We don't make money off our podcast. We don't make money on any of this stuff. No one makes money on this with the People's Patriot Project. We provide it as a resource and as a tool and as a place and space to celebrate your patriotism. And when we went strictly with veteran and first responder, first of all, we found out we were the only radio station in the country doing this. And we've got a little close to, I don't think we've gone over the 200 person hump, but we've got close to 200 musicians across the country that give us content for the radio station and their music. And so we appreciate all those. We're listening to Jen Ford as we started the show tonight. Dom Kurz does the intro for our show. And the list just goes on and on and on. And super exciting. Even had the chance to sit and listen to a little WeP3 Radio on our trip up to St. Cloud this weekend and back. And so just if you get a chance, tune in to WeP3 Radio. Super easy, as Andrea said. Timothy Newton, he's on WeP3 Radio, and he has some music content out there, and we're going to get some stuff lined up. I think we've got a crazy, awesome, amazing announcement coming from the Tim Newton Network in that space. And first of all, we'd like to say we thank you, Tim Newton, for all you do. And it's an honor to have you in our network, brother. We appreciate you. So we've got this amazing, classy person. Charlie Brown is here with us. Charlie Brown, tell us who you are. Tell us about your service, and tell us what your mission is.
Okay, so I'm Charlie Brown. I am an Air Force veteran and retiree, lieutenant colonel, logistician, and transporter. And after that, I transitioned into school counseling and mental health. I'm a mental health counselor as well. And after I retired from that, I went on to work with the American Red Cross. And I love what I do because it brings all my skills together. And it allows me to do what I feel is my mission, which is to help active duty veterans and their families with stress, issues of their lives, things that happen. And so I became part of a team that writes curriculum for the Red Cross. And we do, Andrea, you mentioned being in the schools. We do workshops in the schools for teens and for kids in the elementary school as well. We have curriculum specifically for them. One's on communication, one workshop's communication, the other one is coping skills. And we did them in Operation Camp Purple. We've done them for Gold Star Kids, a number of different settings. And I love this stuff. This is what I live for.
We appreciate you, and we thank you for being here tonight. We want to jump into the. I messed up, and Miss Kimmer's holding me accountable, and that's the way it works. We need to give her a new title other than the Wiz. We just make her the boss, and then she cracks the whip.
There you go.
Do I have a crack the whip sound? I'll have to work on that piece. One of the things that we had this discussion even during our board meeting this last time is that we are a group of action. We are a working group. We are going to do something. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to be about it. I mean, we are going to be about it, but it's just not going to be prefaced by talk. So we do have a call of action every weekend during our show. And that call of action is to reach out to our brothers and sisters. I don't know. This is really a simple thing. And I've talked with the board. We're going to rename it because we didn't really have an effective name for it in the past, but we're going to call it Check Your Six. Now, it has a nuance to it because we want you to check your back. That's what you're supposed to do. But at the same time, we want our brothers to have our back and our sisters to have our back. But we also want you to take and in your cell phone, go to your text and type in just thinking about you, brother or sister. And I want you to cut and paste that and send that to 6 people on your contact list. Yes, we are veteran and first responder forward. That is our mission. That's who we're working with. But as Andrea and Jonathan had both mentioned earlier, we are in a space and a place in our world and time where this is kind of something that affects the entire world. PTSD, some of the social emotional triggers, the stuff that is drawing people into the stinking thinking. So I don't think it hurts to do it to any 6, but yes, we are veteran and first responder forward. Super simple. The time frame, less than a minute in your life. And sorry, not sorry. You are having a conversation with people that you care about in your network, and you're saying, I'm just thinking about you. Now, if that spurs on another conversation, I guess I'll apologize if people want to talk to you, but it is what it is. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. We are a human being, Homo sapien, that thrives on relationship. And Some people will argue with you that they don't, people. But truth is, we all want to feel wanted. We all want to be part of something. And this is how we want to kind of express that. I am going to mark up another challenge real quick. And in that challenge, within those 6 and checking your 6, why don't you get that one relationship that ended up sideways a little bit somewhere in your life and say, you know what? In my heart, I know we had something special at one time. We had a relationship at one time. And I think it's important that we find out why we do or don't want to continue this relationship. That's a tough one. And that gets into that one-on-one stuff that some people don't like to do and stuff. And I get it. I understand. But I think we all, your brain is stirring. Everyone's seeing it. I should make, and I won't do this to you, but I should make everyone on the panel say, who's your tough one? And do a call out right now, but I won't do that. But everyone who's out there, who's listening, you know you've got that person. And so I challenge you. It's a challenge. This is our call to action. Get involved. We are a working group. We are a group of action, and we're going to continue to do this as a mission. So go check your 6, folks. I can let everyone know right up the bat that we're going to change our music tonight, and that's fine. I didn't tell people how we're going to do it. We got 4 people on the screen that are familiar with our network of music real quick, but I want to just pick on 3, and I'm not it. So Jonathan, Andrea, and Kimmer, on the count of 3, I want you to hold up either a 1 finger or 2 finger, and the 1 finger doesn't have to be the middle one, just so you know. Okay. So
I thought that was the 2 finger. 1 finger, 2 finger, 1 finger.
Oh.
The camera 1.
See, I can't bring Eichmann here. Thank God. I'll give me a second. I don't even have the beeper anymore.
Oh, no,
I don't even have the beeper anymore. Right. Right.
Oh, sorry. I'm just getting ready to go back to 8th grade tomorrow. It's okay.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
She talks to her 8th graders like that. So on the count of 3, 1 or 2. 1, 2, 3. All right. Kimmer, you're the odd person out, so you're going to get to pick from our network that you can remember. You can see the music on the side. What's the one song you want to hear tonight?
Oh, man.
Ooh, you put her right on the spot.
Yeah.
I know.
I'd like to hear some more Jen Ford, tell you the truth. I'm kind of
more Jen Ford. All right. So I'm going to put Miss Gwinner more on the spot because before we get to Jen Ford, we're going to listen to one of Miss Kimmer's poems.
Wow. What a surprise.
Oh, boom.
You double whammied her right there.
I
double
did. Under that bus.
Man, I'm ready for you, Mark. I am ready.
Get her.
All of this time. So I'm having conversations with Joan Jett, whose life I cherish, for she is truly a Bassett. I see her more than just a rock star, and I know how this may sound really bizarre. But her rock and roll status and being great has always been part of my life's faith, not in a way that one may think, but because of what we've been through, we sink. I assume that our lives, way back when, back in 82 for me, back in 82 for me had begun. We both chose something that was real, and yes, I felt it was a big deal. We both wanted to prove ourselves worthy, but not in a time where it was openly praiseworthy. I know how we struggled and fought to continue our dreams. Yes, this above all, we wanted, and it wasn't extreme. To become a force to be reckoned with, but I know I was more than once called a bitch. My passion was to be on top. My passion was to be a cop, and Jones was to make it to the top. She's a member of those greats in the Hall of Fame, and like me, I'm sure she sustained much pain, whereas I still live in my hell and she still tours, but I'm certain that at times we both hit detours. But for me, I found myself on my healing avenue because in the ways over the years and how I grew. In part, it was because of Joan Jett and her goals and how her drive seemed to be more than just coals. Her passion was hot and her flame burned deep inside. She was determined and in it for the long ride. And I can still find myself somewhere in her pride. I have always been there for me by her side. We both still are courageous in the things we do. With others, we want to help you to soothe. We would like to help others through their pain, and for you to help you attain the part of you where your fire still burns, because it's there waiting to make its return. You just have to hang on for another day. We too have been betrayed. But here we are still growing, and in our roots, some in their music and still somewhere in the boots. As long as you are breathing, you're the proof that your life was not a horrendous goof. You too have a purpose, as did we. In yourself, you have to believe that you deserve the life you want. Never give up, never punt. For your goals, go for your goals, and at the finish line, things you forgot you had, you will find. And out of the darkness as you climb, that they were in you all of this time. And there's a story into this. I've recently been scammed, and my poetry that I'll be reading tonight is from that experience.
Thank you so much for sharing, Gwynner. And that is, it's always excited to hear the nuances of Miss Kimmer, of real life experiences, and just how she's able to frame her words around those experiences. And thank you for all you do, Miss Kimmer. We appreciate you. And you have, or let's say we have, Miss Jen Ford, Gold Dust Woman.
Like a gold dust woman, take your silver spoon to your dream. Heartless Johnny, pick your pipe and I'll pray. Wake up in
That is Jen Ford with her cover of Gold Dust Woman.
Thank you, Mark. I can really relate to that.
Jen Ford. She takes good care of us. We love it when Jen comes and hangs out with us. Thanks for sharing, Frank the Myth. Good to see you, brother. Real quick, because we have a brother asking, need lots of prayers because of these seizures. That's coming from Terry Daniels. Lift our brother up in our thoughts. Do a quick reach out to him. Just check on him real quick and see. Again, that kind of goes back to our check 6 and a little bit of knowing that people on our back corners can always influence that social, emotional, and mental acceptance. Miss Brown, you do so much. You're like that. I did it. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to work together. Okay.
Just say Charlie.
It's going to be hard for me.
Why?
Because it's the way I'm built. I will work on it. I will work on it. Charlie.
There you go.
Wait, can we get into that? Why Charlie Brown? Why did you pick that name?
Oh, I didn't. My dad did.
Okay.
So when my sister arrived, my parents had decided 2 children. My sister arrived, and my father said living in the house with 3 women was just too much. So I got to be Charlie, and my sister was Sam. And that's kind of how it works, but and my last name, my maiden name, is Brown. I never changed it.
Have you ever had to answer? There's things in the world that may be closely associated to that. Have you ever had to answer to that for any reason?
Oh, you mean people making jokes about it?
Sure.
So?
Okay, fair enough.
So, yeah, no.
What? Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you own it, no one can upset you with it. Okay. I own that. I'm good with it. There was even that crazy song about Charlie Brown too, that was, I think, in the 50s. It's more almost before me, but it doesn't matter. This is me. This is who I am. And my poor husband gets known as, oh, you're Charlie's husband. So
let her rip.
That's it.
In your mission work, what are you working on right now? What's your biggest focus?
Okay, so I wear 2 hats for Red Cross. I wear the Service to the Armed Forces hat, which I love. I do workshops, and I write curriculum. I work with the military and the vets. But the other thing I do is I do disaster mental health, and we are still working with, and because I'm here in the DC area, I got the call to respond to the aircraft Black Hawk incident. And we're still working that. So we're still following up with the families from that. Very tough stuff. So that's my other hat that I do, and we're working on that this weekend, trying to, catch up with the families, find out what we can do, how we can help them, and so on.
Noble cause and noble purpose.
What's that now?
I said, what a noble cause and purpose, and just being, again, available, being ready, being involved, putting yourself in a space that, and again, Sorry, not sorry. It's not a surprise because we do have these amazing veterans and service members that just extend past their personal space, their personal privilege, their personal comfort. And so again, you don't have to do this stuff, but you choose to do this stuff. We appreciate you.
Yeah, it's very rewarding. I can't anymore imagine watching things on the television and saying I wish there was something I could do. And now I'm in a position where there is something I can do. And so I'm eternally grateful for that every day.
Thank you. Thank you. You probably don't get to hear that enough. Thank you for your service, and thank you for the things that you do to continue the mission.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to move on to the next piece, but go ahead, and if you got thoughts. So you also just recently won an award with the American Red Cross. Is that correct?
I did, and I was very surprised and very humbled. It's the Mary Lou Chapman Legacy Award. It's very nice. And if you look her up on YouTube, there's a great video of her. And so she was one of the donut dollies. That's when she started with the Red Cross. Like, she's about 18 years old, and she went to Europe and was one of the donut dollies. And up into her 90s, she was still playing golf and playing tennis. I would like to be that person, I tell you. Just an amazing woman.
That is an awesome recognition of your work and effort as well. And again, your first thing is to do a reaction of the person who the name is awarded over. And again, that just shows us the selfless person that you are. And again, greatly appreciated. Miss Eichmann and Jonathan. Paper, rock, scissors. Paper, rock, scissors.
I have a feeling we'll be fighting.
Paper, rock, scissors. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jonathan cheated. Jonathan's terrible. Jonathan loses. He's a loser. Jonathan, you get a pick.
That's not fair. That's silly. Just pick anything? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot
It's
of pressure.
got to be in my list. You guys have access to the list.
Jonathan, it's got something in mind.
I've been looking at this song, and I'd love to hear it again. But it's just sitting over here. We got Dave Bray USA with the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, you're going with the Star Spangled Banner. All right.
I'm a little partial to that song. As
All
we
right.
probably all
Well, please let it be. Again, no one's going to know, but once Jonathan rolls this song, everyone knows what you're supposed to be doing. And so my family thinks it's weird when I'm watching the television or watching or seeing, and even during football games, baseball games, you name it, when it comes on, I do my duty, and that is to stand at attention and give the respects to that amazing Old Glory. So, Jonathan, you ready to roll it?
Got it. Dave Bray USA, Star Spangled Banner.
70 God-fearing, freedom-loving, flag-waving patriots in the house!
by the dawn's early light, and what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare. The bombs bursting in air, deep through the night, then our flag was still there. Oh, Saint just that star, spangled banner, yeah, wave o'er the land. It's not afraid in the home of the brave. Now the last time I checked, this was the land of the free and the home of the home of the land of the free and the home of because we are the brave. That's right, yes, we are the brave. The fight tyranny, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. But those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. The stand of the brave, the US of A. Get your hands up. Oh, Saint does that star, spangled banner, yeah, wave o'er the land, this land of the brave. In the home of the
That is the one, the only Dave Bray, USA, with the refreshing, real life, Our American National Anthem. There's not a song out there that makes me feel the way that song makes me feel at any given time. And
Stay back.
yeah, it just I got a lot of stuff coming at me here. It happens. It happens. I'm not sure what you got going on there, Eichmann, other than it's abuse. It's abuse. Those animals are abusing you.
Yeah, they're a little crazy because I've been gone for 24 hours. So sorry.
Mr. DeMyth, we would love to play the artist that you are suggesting, except we don't have any that is content clean right now, and we've actually requested Mr. Theory to provide some of that, and he said he's going to get it to us, so we're working on that piece. So appreciate you. That is a great request. We love Mr. Theory, and we will definitely be providing that content sooner as we can. And also, he's not on WeP3 Radio because of some of his content. And this is a guy that wears his emotion, his feeling, his drive, his passion on his sleeve. And we just want to make sure that we are taking care of all the people in our network. And not everyone appreciates Mr. Theory's vernaculars. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah, just not just him. It's prime time. It's prime time. We'll get him straightened out.
We let it slip. We let it slip during our live show when he was here, and that's fine. We can do that, but we gotta keep it as tight as we can on the normal. So. You're welcome. You are welcome. He gave us a thanks. Boom.
Frank, we will get there.
Charlie Brown.
Yes.
What is the next thing for you in your world of mission?
The next thing. So we are hoping to roll our curriculum for the children of caregivers. We actually have curriculum out there for caregivers. It's requested a lot. We did it in conjunction with the Dole Foundation. She helped finance that, and it's been very popular. So that's out there now. We're trying to get the caregiver kids stuff out there. So that's one of the things we're working on. We're trying to get some of the summer camps back up and running. We're hoping to see that. Given that we still have a lot of people deploying, that's a big thing. I suspect that even though the military are not out of the country, those who were deployed down to the border are going to have some issues. And I'm hoping that they call us and let us help them. So that's on our radar scope. And for anybody who doesn't know about it, if you are in the military or the veteran space and you have not loaded the Hero Care Network app to your phone, you should. Okay, designed by the American Red Cross. It's got all sorts of wonderful things on it, including some stress management, a way to connect to the Red Cross if you need our help. We have the ability to do all kinds of things. So please do that, especially if you work with military or veterans or their family members. It's tremendous. Thank you. I see it. Exactly. So it's a great app. Has all kinds of wonderful information on it. And allows you to reach us, the Red Cross, if you need our help. So for things like emergency leave, financial assistance, all kinds of things.
That is so awesome. I have to think that I know what I think the Red Cross is, but this is so much more than I give blood. I know they respond to emergencies. I know they're supportive. And so like they show up at Rees Across America at Fort Snelling and provide a snack, hot chocolate, coffee, and snacks. And I didn't know there were so many other dimensions outside of that. That is amazing.
The interesting thing, Andrea, is that initially the Red Cross came into being for military support, military and veteran support. That was our primary mission. Our secondary mission actually was the disaster side that everybody knows about.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe this is a great time for you to break down all and I know this is coming from the hip a little bit, so we won't blame you or hold you accountable. But are you able to give us a breakdown of the resources and the pieces that the Red Cross fits into in our daily?
So everybody kind of knows about the blood mission that we do, okay? And that's huge. All right. Then we have the disaster piece, which has gotten a big workout this year, I will say. Everything from the wildfires in Maui and the floods and the other wildfires and the tornadoes and you name it. So, we set up shelters. We take care of people. In some cases, we can help limited financially, but some assistance. We have disaster mental health. We have disaster spiritual care. So we have chaplains who work with us who do that. We also have a medical corps that does disaster medical assistance to help you replace your medications if you lose them in a fire or one of these other disasters. So we have that piece. We have the service to the armed forces piece. So we connect. If your person is deployed and you have an emergency at home, we reach out and connect to them. We help them get emergency leave if that's appropriate to come back to you. So that sort of thing. A lot of people know about that.
Yeah, I've actually
made use of that.
Yes. My parents did. I received some information from Red Cross while I was overseas. So
yeah, they reached out to me for both my mother's and my dad's departures. So that's a piece of it as well. But we're also there for other emergencies where we can help the military. So we ask them to please reach out to us. Sometimes we have to help with food issues or other things. We have all sorts of resources that we can make available to people. So that's another piece of things. We go into the MEPs and get them to fill out the cards to give to their family members so they always know how to reach them should they need them, and they can always come through us and we'll find them. We also have a family reunification program. So that one gets used mostly during disasters, but also overseas if there's a war zone where people let us know that they have family members who have gone missing, and we are the connection point. That was one of the things that we did in the States after the Civil War. We helped do family reunification. So Clara Barton actually managed that program herself. So that's one of the things that people don't know. She had an apartment, and all over the walls, she had these messages pinned up from family members looking for their lost service members. and she was actually able to reconnect many of them. So that's just a mission that came forward through time from the very beginning. And then, of course, everybody knows us as the people who teach CPR and lifeguarding and babysitting skills and that kind of thing as well.
Was there an event? Was there a time? Was there a place where you remember in your brain that you said, this is for me and this is the why?
Yeah. Then not the place, but when I was in recruiting. I was a recruiting squadron commander. And when I did that, Air Force recruiting service had the highest suicide rate for the Air Force. And I said, if I ever get an opportunity to do something about that, I will. And that's what drove me into working in mental health after I got out, after I retired. And then when I found out that the Red Cross was doing service to the armed forces, resiliency work, I thought, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Well, and you mentioned a husband earlier, and so we want to do a quick shout out to the spouse in your life, because he has definitely been the glue that holds this together, probably in your best of times and in your worst of times. And I'm making some assumptions, but didn't necessarily sign up for the mission, but is there to support you in your mission.
Absolutely. He is also a retired lieutenant colonel. I was in transportation, he was in supply. Both of us, as we went up, became logisticians. And so he understands the drive here for me. And he's very supportive. He is my driver for a lot of these times when I'm out on the road, to go to various places, to veterans' homes and other locations. So he goes with me, and I can't tell you how much his support means to me.
It's awesome. And that's important that we all remember the spouses, the loved ones, the children, the moms, the fathers, all these people that, again, didn't necessarily sign up for the mission, but deal with the aftermath of our veterans and our first responders. It's not the aftermath, but there is the secondary emotional plights that they all face as well. We were having a conversation this weekend. A young lady came to our table and wanted to know more about what the mission was, and that she had that direct conversation that her father was a firefighter, and she dealt with some of the emotional secondary hapses of that. And she doesn't regret it. She doesn't hate it. She recognizes and acknowledges it. And then having the conversation about the children in my world who did get to hear the pager go off. And then some of the behind the scenes radio communications, because there's radios laying around and stuff that we did not necessarily realize that you had to protect our loved ones from. So again, a shout out to those amazing family members and supporters that support your service members. And again, thank you your husband for his service as well. Awesome conversation, awesome mission in life, and keep up the good work. I mean, we're going to get to a final thought here. Andrea dipped out. She doesn't get to do that when it's her song time. And so there'll be a very strong, stern reprimand coming from Jonathan and Gwenner later. Yep. So I don't want to stall the show at all. So I guess I might have to put myself on the line here and be the picker of the last line. Do you think she did this on purpose? Jonathan says yes.
Jonathan thinks so.
Yeah. You know what? We just recently had this young man on, and it is Steve D. Wilson. Let it burn.
Had a lot of dead weight to cut away, skeletons in need of kicking out, burdens that I carried every day, so long I didn't know if I could live without. Wrote it down, stacked the wood, and struck the match. I was worried that it would be too dark to catch and start the page at damnation. Draw a line to stop the passing of the page. Be the last generation and the first to watch it going up in flames. Between the pines, took our turn and let it burn. We let it burn. The chaos and anger, seeing red, the broken homes and broken lives, we threw them in there too. On this hallowed ground where we once bled, turning into ashes and rising up to blue. I bet that pine didn't know he'd be a page of history, going through the grind just to set us free and start the page at damnation. Draw a line to stop the passing of the page. Be the last generation and the first to watch it going up in flames. Between the pines, take our turn and let it burn. And baptized by fire, a life outside the wire, we began again that night inside the light. And in the spark of hope and peace, and in the glow of honesty, we forged the bonds of brotherhood that night, and left behind the damnation. Drew the line to stop the passing of the pain. Finally found some redemption by watching it all going up in flames. Between the pines, took our turn and let it burn. We let it burn. We let it burn.
That is Steve D. Wilson, Let It Burn. I sent him a quick message during that as well. I just, knowing his heart, knowing his passion, knowing what he put into that song, and then watching the journey of all the people in the clip. That is Camp Southern Ground. That's an event that happens down in southern Alabama. and just an amazing group of veterans, an amazing group of musicians. That's put on by the Zach Brown Band and is sponsored by that. And it just, gosh, just hearing his passion in that song and knowing the sacrifices as brothers and sisters who have served that they put on the line, and just that internal burn that he gets to feel because of that service. And this last time we had him on the show, we've had him on a couple times now. It just rekindled a fire and a relationship and appreciation for his talent and the gift that he has. And just a quick shout out to Steve D. Wilson. Appreciate you, brother, and thank you for your amazing work. Andrea, I'm not letting you off the cuff. We're gonna do a fourth song tonight, just so you know. It'll be the closer. It'll be the closer. So you had the entire show now to decide. You're not under the bus now. You got it. It is what it is. And
I got it. I got it.
So we're at the point where, every one of our shows, and this didn't come until probably about a year ago, we realized that there were some amazing connections that happened amongst the guests and with the people. Again, we'd like to thank Miss Kimmer for bringing Charlie Brown to us and for the show tonight. A lot of people don't know this. Derek Iozio, who is now the communications director for the People's Patriot Project, was on this pre-show and sat in backstage for a good chunk of it and had to continue the mission. He has a peer support meeting tonight during the show. As much as we'd love to have him sit and listen to the show, it is important for him to be available in those spaces to make sure our brothers and sisters who are having struggles have a mentor and a person to help direct and put those pieces into place. So we appreciate you, Derek Iozio, and the mission that you're on in life. Let's go with our final thoughts. And Miss Kimmer. Oh, no, Jonathan always starts the final thoughts. But this will be real simple because we'll do it clockwise here. And Jonathan, your final thoughts, brother.
Charlie, it was great meeting you tonight. Thank you for your passion and dedication to service, even after your time in service. For those who have that spirit and that fire, I guess the mission never ends, and you're one of those. So thank you. I just listened to this song, "Let It Burn," and I had a thought of, oftentimes we go through transitions in life where we grow beyond a certain point, and you gotta sometimes choose to let things go and fall away so that you can continue to grow. And I'm not 100% certain, and I don't think that that's what the song was written about, but that's that. The words "let it burn" made me think about that. Sometimes you got to be willing to not only let it burn, but light the match that burns it so that you can move forward in life. And that's a tough pill to swallow sometimes. So if you need some matches, no, if you need some guidance, or I can't guide you down that road, but I'll walk with you through it. So, just reach out if you're struggling with something to that end, and we'll talk through it.
Miss Kimmer.
I would like to thank Charlie. Most of you don't know, but she was a major driving force of me being where I'm at today. She was there. She constantly is feeding me, pumping me with media and feelings of acceptance, accepting myself. And it's a driving force for me. Thank you, Charlie. I love you for it. But I would like to follow up with a poem that I wrote. Again, this was inspired by the Joan Jett impersonator. It was something that I can take away from the scam. It's you are strong, you are resilient, and you are brave. You are so much more than what you believe. There are still great things that you can achieve. It's not at all impossible for you to do, and maybe you will enjoy a wonderful breakthrough. Sometimes you might have to dig deep, and what you'll find is yours to keep. Maybe you'll find a new beginning, and your soul will again start spinning. Because what is happening is all too real. It will change the way in which you feel about yourself, if just for the day, knowing that you are no longer a castaway. You will rise above your pain and become whole again. That's where change really begins. It could be scary or it could feel great. It all depends on you and your fate. Make a promise to yourself, one that you can keep. And with yourself, please don't cheat. And listen to what others say, because you are strong, you are resilient, and you are brave.
Humor, always awesome and eloquent. Sorry, Charlie, you get to go after that.
And that's unfair. No, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come on this evening and be a part of this. And it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And thank you for letting me put the message out there and for spreading the word about our Hero Care app. We want to be there for our military. I want to be there for our military and our veterans. This is my space, and I do everything I can do. So if you need us, reach out to us. Our hands open. Okay, please.
Thank you, Charlie. Ms. Eichmann.
Yeah, so I can follow those three. That's awesome. Frank, thank you. Thank you for putting blessings on Charlie. I would like to add my thoughts to that too. Thank you for sharing tonight. This has been, I just love, honestly, here we are at an hour and a half. We thought, gosh, we only have one guest. Will we be able to make it past the hour mark tonight? And easily, because that was a wealth of information. And thank you for sharing. And I know we're already sharing out the Hero Care Network app information. We'll share that everywhere. Just thinking all the way back to what Jonathan said and throughout the night, we do need to trust in ourselves, and we do need to know that we are very much worth it. And we also need to know that there are others out there that are here for us and in our corners, and the world is much closer than we think. There's gosh dang, there's pain, there's heartache, there's loss. But we have to also think of the beginnings, the new beginnings, and the rebirths, and the excitement in the good days that we have. And so I want to keep pushing that forward as well. And the sun will shine. It doesn't matter how ugly things might get, the sun will shine again. Sometimes you have to look for it. You can't wait around for it, but it will shine again. And so thank you for sharing, all of you, for being here tonight. And Kimmer, your poetry. Again, the world is tight. We can just think of the things in common we have with people who've been through the fires as well. And next week we get to meet, and I don't know, I sent out an email with the wrong date on it. So I've already kind of met our guest for next week, Joe Gianti with Canine Heroes for Heroes. Everybody loves these dogs. You saw mine come and need some affection. I apologize for telling them to get away, but they're kind of crazy on Sunday nights. So he will be sharing his canine mission, the hows, the whys, and the whens, and we look very forward to hearing from him. And Charlie, we're going to keep you close. We can't not. I mean, the message is strong, and the support. And I've probably said it 100 times. I feel I have a server's heart. I did not serve military. I did not serve in the first responder realm. I serve as a teacher, which is not using the same strengths, and hopefully never having to protect anybody from death or immediate physical harm. It's a weird world right now, though, so that's a thing too. But the server's heart, I believe, is what brought me here. And as I meet people who have served their countries and their communities, as you guys have, the majority come back and they want to. Who was I just talking to? And they wanted to get involved and help us, and that's their way of paying back. I'm like, you don't have to pay anything back. We still owe you like this. But I get it. You still want to continue that mission. Yeah. And so thank you to all of the military and all of the first responders that come back. You can call it paying back. I just call it the server's heart, the server's mentality. We just want our communities to be awesome. So we keep reaching out and supporting those communities too. So thank you. Thank you very much for the continuing lessons.
Next week's yes. We already said it. Never mind. Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, you did. La la.
I did. I heard it. I have so many nuances, and I want to keep it short. But again, just the fact that Jonathan gets to come up, and that's the way music is meant to be. It's you take in a song and you can decipher what that means to you. And you know, Mr. Wilson doesn't have to give Jonathan permission to come up with that nuance, that flavor, that belief. And so, and Jonathan's 100% accurate in the fact that sometimes you get to this space and there's no way to continue to grow until you break the mold, until you recheck it a little bit. And again, sometimes, you know, growth is cutting it off. You can't live with cancer until you cut it out, and then there's a regrowth and hopefully. And so appreciate the message Jonathan had. The message, me and Andrea had a long time, an opportunity to speak this weekend, and here's a truth. And this is a tough piece to have conversations sometimes when you believe in a process, when you believe in where you're at. Now, I try to do a good job to take the blinders off and to turn my head left and right to make sure that I see the whole world. I sometimes I listen to messages in different spaces just so I can understand what other people think, believe, and what their drive and passion are. And sometimes that is my regrowth, because I can learn. There are times in the other industry that I work in that I don't match up necessarily with the philosophical belief of the other people in that arena. And it is a struggle, not to agree or disagree, but it's a struggle for me because I want them to understand that their thoughts are real, their opinions are real. That is real information, and your perspective is real. I think we so many times get stuck in that space where we feel that it's our job to change the perspective. And that's not our job. Our job is to find a way to support, even when we don't necessarily agree. There's some people that reach out to us for help sometimes, And I'm like, and I clear it through the board. We have the conversation. And there's sometimes where I think this is for sure the drive and the cause and the purpose. And our board puts that in check and says, you know, is this really what we believe? There are some organizations we choose not to work with because it doesn't follow our vision, so to speak. But we don't then turn around and say, hey, they're not part of our vision, so they're bad and don't use them. Because from the very beginning when we started the People's Patriot Project, we made it an open, collaborative, transparent mission. And it's tough sometimes. I'm not going to lie. That when I don't agree with ways some people operate, but we don't throw them under the bus, because here's the deal. This is kind of, we call it, I don't know, at one point we called it like a tackle box, and all of us have a different mission, and every lure and every bait has a different purpose to catch a different fish or concept. And whether you're going for bass, crappie, illpouts, or, you know, whatever you're going for, we don't know. And the thing is, if you're a sportsman in the world of fishing, anything that comes on the end of your line is a win. And that's kind of where we're at. We wanted a net that would catch everything and everyone. And you can't do that if you are blocking off spaces. And so we challenge you. Our challenge is always, may the version of you tomorrow be better than the version of you today. And that comes through growth. And sometimes that requires a controlled burn. And that is why I relate to Jonathan's words, and then having conversations with social studies teachers that may not have been the most hippest, in my opinion, but they were having a good time together. Really cool watching it. There was a bowling event on Saturday night, and I was not going to bowl, but there were people out there in ball gowns and like tuxedos and bow ties bowling. And I'm just like, okay, you do it. And congratulations, Andrea Eichmann, for being a representative of the People's Patriot Project. She was the highest bowling earner on the lane that we were watching. So that's congratulations, Andrea. Congratulations.
I had a goal.
You had a goal?
You gotta get more than 100. I suck at bowling. I love it. I suck. Bowled more than 100. And like the second time I went up, I think I got a strike. The first time I think I got like 3. And then I got a strike. And they're like, whoa, here she comes. I'm like, no, that's pure luck. That's pure luck. It turned out all right though. It was good.
You were the big wiener, so congratulations.
Yes.
Miss Eichmann, what's our closing song?
I want to share this with you. Because I have just been thinking, and I'm going to post a little piece from the obituary of somebody we only got the chance to meet once. Gosh, I'm going to cry. We only got to meet him once, but we play his music. It's on our radio station. We only have one of his songs. I just was researching, and there are more. So I need to go get these more and get them on our radio. But it was February 2nd. I knew it was coming up, and then I think we got busy. On February 2nd of 2021, James Casad took his last breath. But he left behind a legacy. Oh, gosh. Such a great guy. Such a great guy. We had him on the show, and you just got a sense of the big, caring heart. Served the Army. He did 4 years Iraq, 4 years, and then stayed in for another 6 years. And then was honorably discharged, and then went back to his community and continued to serve. He played music with veterans. He hung out with veterans. He did free performances if it was a veteran event. I'm gonna just post this, and for my choice song, you guys, I would like to play A Day in the Life of a Soldier by James Cassatt. Want me to start it quick?
Let it roll. Patriot Pride,
Right.
folks.
Thank you. Peace out.
Brother, I want to say thank you for all you do. This song's for you. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
I was 18 when I left it all behind. Traded in my teenage years, fight for what was right, left here a boy, came back a man. Took my Bible and I said a prayer each day. Trusted in God, He'd help show me the way, and I gave it my all to protect this blessed land. And I still can't get the evil that I seen out of my head. I still wrestle with those demons that won't let me forget. I see the bombs and hear the screams, can't find a way out of the dreams that haunt my mind. And I'm home, but it ain't over. Such is a day, the life of a soldier. Oh, say, can you see the tear rolls down my face as they lay a folded flag where a brother's resting place? I can't help but wonder why him and not me. Sometimes it don't seem fair to me. I still can't get the evil that I seen out of my head. I still wrestle with those demons, won't let me forget. I see the bombs and hear the screams, can't find a way out of the dreams that haunt my mind. And I'm home, but it ain't over. Such is a day, the life of a soldier. It's a sacrifice that most can't comprehend. If it means you keep your freedom, do it all again. I still can't get the evil that I seen out of my head. I still wrestle with those demons, won't let me forget. To see the bombs and hear the screams, can't find a way out of the dreams that haunt my mind. And I'm home, but it ain't over. Yes, such is a day, life of a soldier. Such is a day, life of a soldier.